morning, everybody. It's time to make shift happen. Get ready to shift your perspective on life, people, and the world we live in. And here to help you do that are your shift chicks, Fran Holinda and Lisa A.
Good morning, shifters. I'm Fran Holinda.
And I'm Lisa A.
And it's time to make shift happen. Morning, Lisa A.
Good morning, Fran. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Do you feel like you live in Seattle?
You know, what is it with this Tuesday?
I don't know. It's like rainy, gloomy Tuesdays. But we
brighten the day. Well, actually, it's gotten a little bit brighter since I started my journey this morning.
Yes, you were traveling
in the fog and the mist. It was awful.
Yes, you were traveling in some bad weather.
Awful. I don't know what it is.
It stopped on my way down.
It's the Tuesday booze day. I like that.
I just think if all this moisture was snow,
thank God.
I'd be in my glory.
Well, we wouldn't be here because I wouldn't be driving down here in the snow.
I'm sorry. I'm a little staticky. Not my.
Is it?
Yeah.
You still?
What's happening?
All right. Well, here. I don't. You sound fine to me.
I do. You don't hear that static?
No, not at all. Bill, do you hear static?
I hear it in my ear. Oh, it's my ears.
Clean them out.
I just went to the doctor for that last week.
You know, as we bitch and complain a little bit, we really have
nothing to
absolutely nothing to complain about. You know, it's sad, it's devastating, it's
unbelievable.
You know, you see celebrities on the air, and they're. You know, my first reaction is it's hard to feel sorry for somebody who's got $1 million of property, but the bottom line is losing everything knows no financial bracket.
Absolutely not. But the one thing that I do want to talk about is just that. Your first words were celebrities because we're all inclined to say that first. But every news channel is reporting on this. It's like so-and-so celebrity lost their house. So-and-so celebrity lost their house. I don't care.
I know. What about
the celebrity?
Tom,
I don't
Dick, and
care.
Harry?
There's somebody living next door to the Kardashians.
Right.
Or somebody living next door to Caitlyn Jenner, whose house went as well. Like, why do we care if it's just them?
I know. Well, I agree with you. And it's the stories of the dad with his little girl in the car. Did you see that when
Yes.
the 3-year-old, where he's trying to tell her, she's like, Dad, we're going to get the fire. And he's like, no, we're going to be okay. We're going to get out. And he's trying to remain calm. And then the woman who husband told her to get out of the car and got saved.
Yes.
And countless acts of kindness. Mm-hmm. I heard about someone, I'm trying to think of who it was, right before I left the house, donated $100,000 to the Humane Society because they have to take all these animals. I'm an animal nut, so my first thought are all these helpless animals that get left and get lost or run because they, like cats, dogs, sometimes the animals run.
Well, it's not even the cat. I mean, the actual wildlife itself.
The giraffe.
Raccoons.
Did you see the giraffe?
Did you see the horses running on the beach? I mean, they were just like fleeing. They didn't know where to go.
Where to go. It's just my son is there in California, and he said he's fine. He's in San Ramon, but they can see the smoke and they can the air quality in San Francisco. They've had alerts. I feel so helpless. You don't know what to do.
There's nothing you can do, but it cracks me up when I see a tweet from the Kardashians saying, send supplies out here. Really, California, seriously? I mean, listen, I'll help anybody, but you know what? Why are they asking us over here? You have all the money. You always say you're going to take in all the people crossing the border. Well, take care of your own out there.
Well, they have the resources. I mean, obviously, losing things is horrible.
Well, I'm never going to get that back.
But you'll have insurance. Hopefully, I'm sure all of these homes they can afford insurance, so they'll have some. Hopefully, have insurance to rebuild. But they have resources and they have businesses that are continuing and constantly bringing in money and homes all over the place. They have other places to go. I agree with you. They have enough money to fund
absolutely
donations. Like I'm very interested in looking for charities right now. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Fallon had something on, and I think even the Today Show this morning, where the organizations for the firefighters, for the first responders who are saving lives while their homes are burning.
Right.
So as much as I do feel sorry for everyone who's lost anything, I can't even imagine. This is deja vu. We had the same. We could play back episodes, whatever, where we pretty much said the same thing.
But I think this one, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I mean, the melting of a tractor trailer, leaving the molten steel on the ground, and it hardened back up to steel again. I mean, it doesn't even. You can't even compare it to a war zone. No. Bombs don't even do this.
It is like a war zone.
Like I've never even seen a bomb in Iraq or Afghanistan do this much damage.
Yeah, it's awful.
it's just like everything is completely melted away. And like, it's very heartbreaking. Did you see that lady going through the tunnel when she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she just keeps screaming her brains out.
I mean, I can't even imagine, I don't even like the barbecue grill without getting
Seriously,
nervous. I don't, when the fire like pops,
Gets too
I get
much,
like really nervous, and you just never know. And I worry, like we had some street work done not too long ago, and they came by to see where my gas line, and all I kept thinking of is those reports that you hear where like a house blows
they
up
blow up the
because
house,
they hit the gas line, or like in Lakewood, I think that
Yes,
was
an explosion yesterday.
that was a gas issue.
Yes.
and there was a huge fire until they finally shut the
Creepy.
gas. And I'm thinking, please don't
blow
come
me up
near my
now.
house.
I have some things to do
You
yet.
just have such. I think you don't realize, flooding is horrible, and mud and all of those things. But when you see the complete and total devastation, there is nothing left. So I hate to say this, thoughts and prayers. It sounds so.
I know. But you know
useless.
what? Just to let you know, I gave Feldman a call last night. She's okay, but she's only 15 miles from where a lot of the fires are happening. All of her community has to wear the masks.
Has she
and
been evacuated?
Not yet. She's like waiting any minute to be, but it's still far. 15 miles is not that far.
No, not the way it moves.
Yeah,
it moves like really fast.
Right.
All of a sudden.
And she's a little worried, but she said that breathing is like really, really hard. Nobody's hiking, nobody's doing anything outdoor like she does. And she also said the movie theater that she goes to and the Writers Guild area are completely in the fire zone area, so she cannot even go see a movie right now where she is. And I guess Smoke agrees with the Giants because they won last night in San Francisco.
Please, when loser plays loser, somebody had to win that match. I mean,
Of course,
and they didn't win. They won by 3 points. It wasn't
7.
It was 7. I thought it was only 3 points. 20.
It wasn't 27-20.
I don't know. We need to.
But you know what?
If I spend time looking it up, I'll mess up.
But what was so awesome? It was like fourth quarter. Eli came back and did what he always does.
Oh,
in
Eli.
the fourth quarter. 2 minutes to go, touchdown, boom, won the game.
Yeah, Eli. Oh, goody.
Somebody's got to win, and somebody's got to lose.
Well, in this particular case, it was hardly like whatever. I didn't even watch it. I actually forgot that it was on, and I wound up getting busy with something last night. Totally missed Manifest. Did it manifest the secret?
Well, I was going back and forth, and it got really boring again. So I went back to The Good Doctor.
I have to be honest and tell you, I think I'm done. I might catch it. I might try to catch it on one of those off times. I'm behind on Empire. I was out. I didn't see Empire.
That's right. Well,
So
it's not going to be on this week coming up because
Why?
the Country Music Awards are on.
Okay, so what do we... Oh, Giants 27-40. Okay, 23.
3 points,
4
yeah.
points.
That was me going
How
back.
do you lose by 4 points? 4?
No, 3.
27-23. Isn't that 4?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, somebody must have missed an extra point.
I don't remember that happening.
know. Or they did a 2-pointer thing. I don't know. I'm confused.
No, the Giants
I
had
could
20.
Like, how about this one? I could like care less.
I got you. It was 20. It was 20.
Yeah.
I got you. It was 20 to 23.
Okay.
And that's when fourth quarter Eli came in with 2 minutes left.
Fourth quarter Eli means nothing to me. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually.
I'm over it too. You know that already, but
I'm not as concerned. I don't know how you feel about this. I'm done with award shows, and that means award shows of all kinds. And I didn't even realize that the People's Choice Awards were held. And every single person stood up and said something about the firefighters' fire. Do you think it was appropriate for that to continue?
no. I don't think it's appropriate for award shows to continue.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want them to go away.
I don't think any of these people are appropriate, and they should all be taken down. But I'm finding myself thinking, it's literally in your backyard.
Right.
And I know that this is the people voted, but you're so freaking full of yourselves that you have to pat each other on the back because America thinks. I don't even know. I printed out the list because I honestly didn't pay attention I never watched the show, but we saw 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
50 Shades Freed. I apologize. 50 Shades Freed. That won the drama movie of 2018.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
I'm
Are
not
you
kidding. No, that's why I printed this out because when I started looking, okay, so like just to go through just a couple, The Spy Who Dumped Me was the winner of the comedy. That was with Mila Kunis and
something I would never even consider watching.
Okay.
So
I was just amazed at the drama. We liked it, but
it was a cute
Seriously?
cute movie, but not to win drama.
Let's see. Chadwick Boseman for Black Panther was the male movie star of 2018. Let's see. The revival show of 2018 was Dynasty.
Dynasty was on?
Dynasty's back.
Where have I been living?
Just telling you. Reality show of 2018. This is why you saw all the Kardashians, is Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The competition show of 2018 is The Voice. Let's see. Oh, here's the one that's floored me because this show won a lot of different awards. Shadowhunters, The Mortal Instruments.
Okay, I must not be watching the same TV everybody else is watching. What is that?
That was for male. That was for Harry Shum Jr. for Male Star of 2018, and then the female star of 2018 was Catherine McNamara from the same show, Shadowhunters: The Mortal Instruments.
And this is on channel
channel who the hell
Outer
knows?
Space?
I don't know.
What channel is this on?
Mariska Hargitay, who I adore.
Oh, yes, I
Law
love
and
her.
Order. She got the drama TV star. Jim Parsons, comedy TV star for Big Bang. But this is their last season.
Speaking of Jim Parsons, yesterday the internet went crazy with Stan Lee.
I know.
Dying. At first, I really
Did you see what I posted?
Yes.
I made sure it was the Big Bang of that. Okay, let's see. Oh, my girl, Ellen DeGeneres, talk show, daytime talk show.
Yeah, she always gets it. It's boring already.
And
there's nobody on to compete with her.
Jimmy Fallon. Yay.
Who's going to win beside her?
Well, let's see. Who was it? Steve was on. Steve, live with Kelly and Ryan. Never. The Real. And Red Table Talk. Actually, I thought Red Table Talk might take it only because
Not The Talk. The Talk is a pretty good show.
They weren't even nominated.
Because they won a whole bunch of People's Choice. I can't believe that.
I am convinced that Ellen DeGeneres can make anything happen. And I tweeted that last week.
She pretty much can.
I'm an emotional basket case. I cry at everything lately. Everything gets me, but every single show, Ellen does something that makes me cry. I can't
Really?
take it anymore. Her and Shutterstock. Shutterstock, Cheerios, all these companies. But she does. She manages to find something. Like she had, I just adore her. I absolutely adore her. I really do. I really think she can make anybody's dream come true. Ellen, could you make our dream come true and call in?
Give her a call.
Oh, here's one. So a binge-worthy show of 2018 is Shadowhunters. So it's got to be like a Netflix
What
or
is this?
something. I don't know.
We have to find out what Shadowhunters is.
I really don't know. But all
I really
in
don't
all,
care, to tell you the truth.
All in all, I really don't care about any of this. But here is the pop. We were not nominated for podcast.
What?
I hate to be the one to tell you this.
That's absurd.
So what won is this thing called Scrubbing In with Becca Titley and Tanya Rad.
And
I've never
what is
heard
it about?
I have no clue. I'm going to check it out, though. That's our competition. So next year, let's set a goal for ourselves. Let's at least get nominated.
People's Choice Awards? Yeah.
So people
Okay.
start voting
I'm
now.
in. Let's
vote.
Start voting now, people.
Vote often. Vote early.
Vote and vote
Vote early and vote often.
Let's just don't vote in Florida.
And speaking of,
You're speaking of voting?
I think that, yes, because I think that we contributed to the go out there and vote movement because it was a record number of people who
It
voted.
sure was. Mm-hmm.
And we have some very historic events.
A lot of women won.
Yeah. Don't you think that's
Yep.
awesome?
A lot of women ran. There was like 386 or something like that.
I think that I think it says something that we feel empowered for a lot of reasons, and I think it's wonderful because the one thing that there's a misconception, that just because a woman runs for an elected office, it's because of women's issues.
No.
It is in fact about the issues in general.
Right. They have families and children just like everybody
Of course,
else.
and they pay taxes
Right.
and they have to abide by laws.
It's not just
and
about women's issues.
No, it's not. But it doesn't hurt to have a perspective. Women have a different experience in this life. A man and a woman can do the exact same thing, and we're going to experience it differently just because of who we are and our own experiences.
Exactly.
So I think it's fabulous that this is happening. But this is really, it's not just women. I printed this because I thought these are noteworthy things.
Noteworthy. I love that.
They're noteworthy.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Sylvia Garcia and Veronica Escobar became Texas's first Latinx. I like that. It's the
Latinx?
plural. Latinx.
Oh, okay.
Congresswomen. Congratulations to
Yes.
that. And what a shame that it has to be now. Like now's the first. Okay. We have an openly gay governor in Colorado, Jared Polis.
Yes,
Congratulations.
I saw
And by the way, why should that be a problem?
I don't know why this is labeled anyway. It's beyond me. But
Well, because these people we
and
have
there's 2 Muslims, right?
Well, we have Alexandria. Oh, you know what? I love these 3 names. Oh my God, Ocasio Cortez. She's the youngest woman elected to Congress ever.
Please, please.
What?
You know who she is, right?
No. Am I supposed to know? I should know. I guess I apologize.
She's the. We'll get into it later.
Okay.
She's the really way out there in far left field.
Well, she got elected, and
she can't afford to live in Washington now until her first paycheck.
Okay.
She's like 26 years old. She doesn't know anything that she's
Well,
doing.
we also have a 19-year-old who was elected.
19-year-old.
Let me just see. Let's see. We have a 19-year-old Kaylin Hayward was elected to Wisconsin State Assembly, becoming the youngest legislator in the U.S.
Wow!
Congratulations! I think this is awesome. The list. There's like,
see, Trump opened the door for anybody to run.
well,
gotta
and
give
you're
him
right.
that.
We have two Native Americans. And we have a first. See, this is the other thing. We have the first woman senator from Tennessee. What is it taking so long? Well, I'll tell you why.
Tell me, Fran. Why?
Would you put yourself out? You
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
No.
Okay. So people who have any kind of a life, and it doesn't mean that it's sordid or shady or anything. I'm saying anybody who's lived a life, who has a family, who has people in their life that they care about, would be crazy, in my opinion, to put yourself out there and subject yourself to the negativity,
what's going on,
to the
today.
Name calling, to the mudslinging.
It's horrible.
Right?
I would never want to. First of all, I'm thick-skinned, but when people would be pushing my buttons like that, I would be getting myself in all kinds of trouble.
Yes.
I mean, you think Trump's bad? I'd be like, you know what?
Well, there's a show called Talk and Shift that just had an episode about that today, responding to negativity. So we're not letting you. You're not allowed to
I'd be responding really negatively.
No, but I think that's a really big part of it. I mean, I think that you would have situations that people would do in order to describe, like, okay, what you believe in at the age of 50 versus 35 or 25 or 18 can change as the years go on.
I wouldn't
as
want
your
to hear,
circumstances.
Lisa Arrace is running for this, but
she used to be up on the hill
at the hill,
Heritage Junior High School,
Livingston Drive-In, in the car, oh my God, what was happening,
No,
seriously.
that's that, and the problem is that now when you run for an elected official, you are held to a higher standard of behavior. But at what point does that behavior have to start?
Right.
and what we learned with
not a year before you're running.
Well, what we learned with the Kavanaugh hearings was that apparently there is no limit.
Well,
and I would not honestly would tell you right now, I would absolutely not want my life out there from when I was in my 20s.
No, absolutely
because
not.
that was my time to be in my 20s.
Exactly.
In my 30s.
We all have
in my
a period of life that we do different things and journeys that we go through stages of our life. And you can't be held accountable. I'm sorry.
Well, and people change. When you're
there should
young,
be a statute of limitations on our life.
When you're when you're single and you're out there doing things, once even crazy wild people that I've know of who have a family, even they can settle down.
Yes, everybody comes down at
and
some
suddenly
point.
Their values change. Suddenly
some of us take longer than others,
some of us never. but you start to see things again because your concerns are different. I remember working in more of a corporate America situation where you had a very diverse population of people, and policies would be Family Leave Act, or if your kid was sick and right. People would be bitching and complaining. Well, she's going home because her kid is sick. I don't have a kid at home, so how come? Well, so companies started to kind of react to that and say, okay, you know what, we're going to call it personal time off. We're not going to separate it between sick or vacation or whatever. Everybody's going to get the same. If you have to go home because your kid is sick, oh well, you pull from that. If you don't have a kid but your cat is sick and you got to go home, then so your thought process changes.
Exactly.
As you change.
I actually believe that. I mean, you just can't be. I mean, what people are at 18, 19, 20 years old, they're not at 30, 40, 50 years old.
Well, this is what's interesting to me. So you've got a 26-year-old who's got a little bit of life experience, and then you've got a 19-year-old. Now she's in in
I
the
want you
state
to
assembly.
read up about her when you go home.
Okay, I think I know who you mean. Actually, now that you say
my
that,
God.
I think that
Space cadet.
I think
completely
well,
out in nowhere, no man's land.
just like the people have choices in awards, people have choices at the voting booth.
Well, she lives in Queens, and she got the New York vote. If she was anywhere else in the United States, she wouldn't have won.
But you know what?
Unless California.
You have to say the same thing that we say about every election. The people voted, and this is what they say. I mean, I can't even watch the TV shows where America has to pick like The Voice or whatever. I'm like, because I think America's ridiculous. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm yelling at the television.
See that?
Don't you know that this person can't sing? So I think you have to, but you have to say, you know what we said. Get out there, cast your vote. We hope you do it for intelligently and but I was greatly encouraged to see that this was some records were set, and I'm really happy to see that women are taking their rightful place. I really am.
Absolutely. We just have the debacle still going on with the Florida Senate.
Oh my gosh, Florida.
Governor election again.
Did you hear
I
the
was
judge?
I was there with the hanging Chad.
You were?
deal. Yeah, it was crazy.
Didn't you date somebody named Hanging Chad?
No, dangling Chad.
Dangling Chad. Okay.
Get your facts straight.
I'm sorry. That's what
Fake
I said.
news.
I questioned. I was just making something up there. I had to make something up there. Well, on a not so lighter note, as a matter of fact, as another disgusting note. Okay, I mean, we had our show last week. We were all excited to go out there and vote and do all of this stuff. We knew the fires were looming. They've just gone increased tenfold, and then you hear this horrible news, and you remember you talked about it last week. You said, breaking news, like they have this breaking news, and you're like, what the heck now?
Right,
a
exactly.
water main break here or whatever. And a lot of times it's more of a local situation that it's sad or something happened, but
Sure.
it's not necessarily going
Breaking news.
affect
Right.
you. Breaking news, shooting at the 12 people.
It's unfortunate we keep getting too many of those breaking news stories. I really don't know what to say about it, because my personal opinion, am not all about the gun laws. I really don't think it has anything to do with guns, because MS-13 macheted poor Junior to death, and there was just another stabbing overseas. So taking away the guns, I don't think is the solution. I really don't know what I would do if I was in government. I really don't know. I mean, I know there's the mental issues that they talk about, but I don't believe it's a gun issue, because I'll go back to Chicago again, who has the strongest gun laws in the country. And every day there's 30, 40 shootings
some
there,
tough spots.
So it hasn't proven to me. The places that have the strictest gun laws have the most shootings. So I can't find any statistics, and I've searched even overseas. I've searched, and I can't find anything to support gun control.
But let me say this to you: would you agree? I think that it's not one thing. It's very rarely when there's a problem. Very rarely one magic pill that solves everything. What is that expression about? Insanity is doing the same things you've always done and expecting a different outcome, right? So if nothing really changes and nothing is revamped or nothing is looked at, the gun apparently was purchased legally, but had some illegal modifications to it that made it, I guess, more of a bigger magazine or whatever. So I don't know how you stop some of that. I don't know. Again, if it is a PTSD issue, are we really failing our veterans? Are we not? I
don't know. I mean, and in
giving
his
them the
remarks,
services that they need.
I was bored. So what, and then he waits for the police officer, because he's actually on social media and listening to the radio scanner at the same time, waits for that poor officer to pull up and shoots him.
Yeah, I just, and that's another thing that I was thinking about. Like they said they had security outside, but I mean, when somebody walks up with a gun, if I don't know if they were armed security, what are you going to do? Like, I don't know what the answer is, and we say, we don't want to live in fear. I do think that we have to have a literally line by line look at the different policies that are out there, I think we have to do something. You can't just not. I'm not saying take guns away. But I do think we have to make some modifications. I'm sorry, I do. Because it's not working. It's not working.
What do you mean? Like, what
automatic weapons, like I don't really, we talked about this before. In this particular case, I don't know that this wasn't like those machine gunny type. I just don't think any of those, and I realize that this wasn't that, but one way to start would be to make sure that certain types of weapons are not available, because in other cases they have been the situation. And I think also too, one of the victims survived the Las Vegas shooting and then is taken away in this. Let me just say this to you.
Could you imagine?
Well,
destiny is unbelievable.
If I had ever attended something like this, and God forbid, I hope not, and that I would never go to another one. Let me just say, but though this wasn't a festival,
was a small club,
but still, I think I would be I would have PTSD. I would be so traumatized that I would be petrified to be in any space,
an environment like that. Yeah,
it's just.
But I just don't know with the guns and everything. I don't know what the answer is. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, I don't know why anybody needs an AK-47, but then that Afro-American governor that was running, the female that was running for governor of Georgia, who that's still shaky, that election as well. She came right out and said, we are a gun-toting family. Yeah. We buy our guns. We buy our AK-47s. Every year my father gets a new gun. I mean, there are people like that in the Deep South and out in,
for
mid-America.
For what purpose, though? How many do you need?
They just shoot. They just go out and shoot, Yeah,
but you could...
And like I said, you could give somebody a 38 and, all it is all the AK-47s do is just give you more... rounds of ammunition quicker.
Well, it give you a serious advantage over people.
But I mean, if somebody's going to go in with a gun, and you could still go in and kill 10, 12 people with a regular gun.
If no one is armed, absolutely. If no one is armed, and then that's
or
the other.
Even if you have a handgun in each hand, a small handgun.
But that's the other argument. Then if one person is armed, if you arm everyone, then
forget it. Bullets will be flying all over.
Then you have a more equal playing field. So that's really not the answer either. I really think we need a true, comprehensive look. Society has changed. When these laws came into effect, things were very different for people. We also, have talked about this before too. We send people to war. We put them in situations that are just unfathomable to the average person. They're traumatic, and they come home, and I don't know that they really are getting the care and the compassion
absolutely not
that they need. And I'm not blaming. I'm not going to say that, because I don't think it's really going to be conclusive what happened here. And would it really even matter anyway? What are you going to say? He was mentally ill. Okay, well, that doesn't excuse.
Nobody who does that's mentally ill.
Nobody who's burying a dead member of their family or friend really care. That doesn't excuse it. It isn't going to make it feel any better. But you would just like to try to avoid situations, and I think that's why we want to know why so badly. Like, what could we do what could we have done to not have him do this?
And then they said that he thought his girlfriend was in there, so we don't know if it was domestically.
Well, then I read somewhere, but again, and I'm very careful about what I read and where I read it, and whether it's and seriously, what news? Where somewhere along the line he had a bar fight there. Did you see that? Yeah, no. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he had an altercation in that place at one point in time. I don't know if that's true, because people can publish and say anything.
Right. And he might have gone back to, harm somebody that he thought was in there. We'll never know.
I know, I know.
But, the whole gun issue is no different than, the fentanyl and the opioids and the fight for marijuana. And it's now going to become legal because you can't stop it. Just like, I said this few shows back, you can take the guns away, but you better be rest assured that somebody's going to pull up with a trunk load full of guns for you to buy.
Well, then you have even less control. I mean, at least when you make them available, and people can go to a store or whatever, they have to register and right. No, absolutely no. Illegal guns are worse than
absolutely
in either case. But
because they're untraceable too.
There was just such a. It was just such a sad week. It was just
it really was. And in this poor area in California, pretty much the same, community.
Yeah, Thousand Oaks, the whole thing. I mean, they may have just buried somebody, and now they have to leave everything behind. So the loss of life, the loss of property, death, destruction. I really this week I'm starting to think. You hear people who are like empaths. They start to like really feel stuff. I mean, I'm not that, but. I'm finding myself, maybe that's why I'm so emotional over little commercials and anything that looks like it's bringing joy in Ellen, because she truly brings joy. She really does. She actually tries to do something, to do some good in this world.
She does,
and it makes me,
and
she makes me happy.
she's a person with money who is doing the right thing with it. You know? And not only her money, but her power that she has.
Her platform. She
Right.
uses her platform. Like she saved the
For a good thing.
elephants. Now she's doing the gorillas, which, and again, I am all for, I am an animal advocate. There's no question.
Really?
Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. But there's also plenty of people, and now more people, and now the holidays, and it just piles on. It's just like, oh my God. Not that it's any better at any other given time, but now is really a tough time.
It's always worse before the holidays.
And it's a tough time for people. You hear people don't have enough food. People now don't even have a place to live. People don't have clothing, and then you have the animals that are the side from this. It's just oh my gosh,
it's crazy.
So I have to tell you that your Christmas gift this year will be a donation in your name somewhere. So you get to pick your charity.
Suck it! I can't believe that.
I'm sorry.
Well, I have to bring yours back now.
Yep, send it back. Send it back. So, Chick, we had a fun. We try to make our week a little bit,
try to brighten it up a little bit,
energetic and entertaining. And we had some fun this week. We went to okay. So here we go. See, now my tablet just hates me.
Yeah, what is it with you and that tablet? It's very temperamental with you.
It hates me.
No. Shift flicks. We saw a flick.
We saw a flick. We didn't just see a flick. We saw the flick.
The flick. The flick of the month.
The flick of the month club. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes. Awesome.
What'd you like the best about it?
Well, what I liked about it. Well, first I love the music. The music was awesome.
Besides the popcorn that we devoured and then accidentally
you made me eat
and accidentally crushed the container.
That
in
was
my
funny.
seat.
I have to say, I expected something different, and I'm pleasantly surprised I didn't watch what I thought they were going to do. I really enjoyed. I'm really glad it was about him. His growing up as a teenager and showing his family. And of course, we all know what Freddie Mercury was into. We all know what he did. He was very hedonistic parties and things that he had. But I was very happy that, like a lot of the other rock and roll movies that they show, where they have to bring in tons of sex and the drugs and all the bad stuff, you knew it was happening because you saw the head nod with the guy in the bathroom, and you saw you saw the one party. But they really focused on the music, the band, how it happened, how it fell apart, how it came back together again, and just him in general as a human being. And that's why I really enjoyed the movie. And also, you have to remember that's not my type of music.
I know,
but I really forgot about how good all those songs really are. You cannot not like those songs.
I forgot. Well, I would agree with you that they wasn't salacious in any way, shape, or form. I really enjoyed. I mean, I'm hoping a lot of it is true. I've heard from reviews that it is very factual. There's a couple missteps here and there, maybe about some dates, but for all in all, they stayed pretty close to the facts. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting when you have a song like Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm tripping over my own tongue. It's so strange and so weird the way it all came about, that they persevered and they stuck to their guns. This is what they wanted to do, and they wanted to make this operatic, crazy song. I mean, that scene with the Galileo when they're trying to get the kid to sing higher and higher and higher. But
they did it like 1,000 times.
But even because it was with the tape. Yeah. The tape back. They're going to wear out the tape. Like, you don't do that anymore. No. You don't do it that way anymore. Now the technology would have made that a snap.
They would have did it in a heartbeat. Boom, done.
Compared to
he wouldn't even had to go higher. They would have just auto-tuned it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it really shows like what it took. And then of course when the song first came out, they showed the reviews. They were not great.
No,
they were not great. And the one guy that was handling them for a while there. What was he? He was a record producer? Was that what he was? That said they're,
I think he was like an A&R guy.
Like kicked them out basically, or they walked out and then, and then at the end.
He was a record label.
Yeah, he was just like, I mean, it's just so many times I think when you hear about someone's success, they leave out the part about what it took to get there. And I find that, people get, it looks like an overnight success.
They always think it's overnight. They're like, oh my God, did you hear so-and-so just started? No, they've been recording for 20 years and they just made it
exactly.
now.
I mean, the world is a different place. This is where social media, by far. I mean, Justin Bieber is probably the
Well, now there
biggest,
are some overnight
the
sensations.
biggest example of even Shawn Menendez too. I think these guys
Charlie Puth.
got got their start or got their exposure in a different way. Now you also have the competition shows all over the place that give people a platform, even if they don't win. They've got a platform. Now there's a new show with Shania Twain. It's going to be a country, but it's not a competition show.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's just, I think it's more of a showcase where people
Just to get talent out there.
to give people, again,
That's good.
you know,
That's a good
a platform.
Give them a chance to,
But this was the real stuff, and it's interesting and sad too that so many great artists fall into this trap of drugs and sex and just craziness, and I think it's because there's the money.
Well, I think it's the money, and there's just so much high you can get off of what you're doing that you turn to something else to because it's just like your endorphins. You can run 20 miles and the endorphins are flowing, and then you're done. Okay, what's the next step? I want to climb a mountain now. So it's just like anything else in life. I think it's like, what's next? So now I have achieved all this. So what do I do next? I want to get higher, and I don't mean higher in the drug sense of a word, but I want to feel like I felt when that record came out. So now what do I do? So they end up falling into drugs, or if they have one partner's not enough anymore because everybody's throwing themselves.
I was
at
going to say
you.
everybody's throwing.
So now you're now you're having 50 partners at one time, and what ultimately happens, you die because of it. Which is unfortunate.
Well, and you wonder too. Obviously, in this day and age, there are drugs that are out there where you can be alive for if it had happened a little bit later on, maybe he would still be. But he was such an amazing talent, and so because of this movie. Wherever you go now, there's a Queen resurgence, and so there's clips everywhere of the real Live Aid situation and so many things, and it was remarkable. Well, the transformation is remarkable.
And I really like the way they took that was real Live Aid's coverage. The audience in the stadium and everything, and they made it look like he was really playing it at Live Aid.
He did a fabulous job.
He was very good.
It's interesting because he seemed like a pretty soft-spoken person in general, and so is Rami Malek. Like when he does his interviews,
if that was
adorable.
If that was a true portrayal of Freddie Mercury, he had quite the sense of humor as well. He was a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, he did. And they talk about, in so many cases, they talk about how much he hated his teeth, but they really didn't make much of it in the movie.
No, but I got to tell you, they had those teeth down pat, to the slightest opening.
Yeah,
it was like whoever did that was perfect.
And I mentioned on last week's show that he had them gold plated to keep forever and ever, like his own personal girl. But I mean, don't you think that they really didn't? It wasn't for as big of an issue as they keep saying it was. I don't think that they really talked much about it.
No, they really didn't. Because
and of course,
he had a big problem with that.
Yeah, but and of course that one scene with his dad. That was the
emotional.
one. Yeah. That was the one tear. Other than that, it's a great movie. The music is
otherwise we were
powerful.
tapping our feet the whole time,
chomping away.
And how We Are the Champions. Wait, which song is it when he's stamping his feet?
I think it's We Are the Champions. We Will Rock You. Yeah,
We Will Rock You. Yeah, one of the.
That's you can't help it. Like,
I was waiting. The song got started like that. He's like, stamp your feet 3 times, and he was like, and now do this.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even Freddie Mercury.
No, it was the other guy.
Yeah,
and now they're touring. Queen is touring with Adam Lambert.
Right?
Are they the original band members? Do you know?
I think so.
Except for obviously Freddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I would like to go. I remember Adam Lambert.
They say he's phenomenal.
Well, I remember when he was on American Idol. Yeah. I watched him. I watched the whole show, and and he's got a fabulous voice.
Yeah, he was good. I loved his song that was out when he first came out after Idol. I did. I don't know why he didn't make it bigger as far in a solo career.
Well, you know what? I think sometimes maybe he was meant to fill this role.
Yeah.
That was his thing. So, so that was, and I did get my Lionel Richie tickets.
Oh, God.
From Freddie Mercury to Lionel Richie.
Long.
You know what?
Have you seen that commercial? Where they're trying to get him to say all night long he refuses to say.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's funny.
So he's going to be at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
Yes.
So, it's too close to not go.
Really?
I love Lionel Richie. Hello.
You could tell me all about it.
Hello
God,
is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Really?
Yeah. It's a beautiful. Don't you listen to songs for words? Do you always just want songs to dance to?
No, I listen to songs for words, but I can't repeat them on the.
Well, there you go. So what am I trying to say? So I'm excited. So I'm going to see John Mellencamp,
He just got
Cher.
engaged.
Who did?
John Mellencamp.
I thought he was married.
No,
Oh,
he just got engaged. Well, they were going out for a long time. Then they had a breakup, and now they got engaged again. And I can't think of who it is right now. I want to say Meg Ryan, but it's not. It's somebody like that.
really? Mm-hmm. I didn't. You know what? I didn't know that Aaron Rodgers, my QB that I am in love with, dates Danica Patrick.
Well,
I did not know
this is
that.
new. He was going out with somebody famous before that.
Has he been?
Oh,
is
my
he
God.
a bachelor, or
Yes.
has he been married before?
No, he's never. Been
he's
married.
never been married.
No.
So he just dates the hot girls.
Why you want to call him?
No, I'm married.
Oh, you are? Okay. Randy,
So my
just
husband
teasing.
says.
I want to see the paperwork on that.
Yeah, right. Well, interestingly enough, we were married by the mayor of Asbury Park way,
geez.
way back, and then apparently he went to jail after, or something happened. So I don't know.
Maybe you're not
Maybe we're
legal.
not even legally married. But I think like 30 years of
Yeah,
marriage
that's
constitutes
pretty much legal.
So yeah, so I'm excited. I told you before I want to start doing some things. Also too, and I don't want to sound like morbid, but people die, and as people get older, like Lionel Richie, like I had a Facebook memory. It was a year ago, I think. You were making fun of me because I saw Frankie Valli, the real Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony Bennett's still out there. I mean, that's
Go knock him dead. I mean, don't knock him dead when you get there.
really, Lisa. I wouldn't even say break a leg because I'm afraid it might
Don't
actually,
break a hip, don't break a
It
leg.
might actually happen.
No, it's like, forget it.
Might actually happen.
No, you'd actually have to pay me big money to go see Lionel Richie. I would absolutely have no interest in seeing him whatsoever.
Well, maybe he doesn't want you in his audience.
I don't
So
really-
there.
you know,
yeah, but
I
I'm
really
excited to go to
don't
the
care.
Hard Rock though too.
The Hard Rock's
I
really
haven't
cool.
seen
You're
it.
gonna like it.
I haven't
You're
seen
gonna
it yet.
love it. You're gonna love it at Levitt's.
Oh my God! She's gonna come out
I'm
with
like-
the
I'm a
crazy.
little crazy
She's like
today.
to come out with the crazy Eddie. So
Oh my
this
God.
week,
Crazy
so
Eddie,
this week,
forgot about him.
I don't actually have a shift. Oh wait, I'll hit the button. I'll hit the button if the button will work for me.
The button will work.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the button.
Shift picks.
Shift picks. You don't have a shift pick this week?
Nothing
what kind
wowed
of chick
me.
are you?
Nothing wowed me this week. I will do a follow up on a couple of things. Do you remember when I said I ordered the Spencer Barnes the face wand? Well, I haven't exactly had people running up to me on the street going, "Oh my God, you look like you're 10 years younger."
Exactly.
But I do think it has had some effect, and so I ordered a second one because they're only
you did?
good for like so many
really?
Well, what do you think? It lasts forever?
I thought it was like I thought it was like a
No, there's
laser wand that
Oh no! It's a serum.
Oh, okay.
What I don't like is the dispensing method. So it looks like a tube. It's a tube, right? You push up on the bottom and it pops up. And don't even go there.
My mind just
don't
went
even
somewhere
go there. It's
completely
not
different.
like that.
I know,
it's like a
but-
roll on. It says it rolls on with the little
Sure,
ball
sure.
at the end. You actually might enjoy
The
this.
little ball
I'll
at
give you
the
my
end.
I'll give you my empties. Anywho. Like anything else with gravity or whatever,
Right.
air bubble.
Oh,
so
God.
I get the new one.
She's digging her hole deeper and deeper.
And I'm pumping away, and nothing's happening. No liquid is coming to the surface.
Oh
of the-
my God!
And
Stop this.
So I wrote to them and I
you
said,
did?
"Hey, Spence,
It's not coming. What did you write? Hey, Spence.
we have a little bit. Houston, we have a problem. We have a situation here, Mom."
Yeah.
And I just said, I don't know. Now I'm afraid to say anything. Okay?
Yeah, you
I'm
really-
afraid to say anything.
Yeah, you just
because I'm-
don't use any
And
other words.
it was suggested that there was an air bubble. And I turned it upside down.
Oh, okay.
And ultimately it did work. But I don't think it's an efficient dispensing method. And I'm not happy because
Maybe it's you.
No, I just. It's never me. It's
Do you have
always
this problem
it's
with
always
anybody else?
Spencer.
You don't have this problem with anybody
So,
else.
no, I've
Okay.
never had a problem
All right.
like this before. This has never happened to me before, Lisa. Okay?
Okay.
Never happened to me before.
Because there are little pills for that,
Yeah,
Well, that's for the men.
Well, I got rid of the air bubble. So, but I think that how many times have you used a product and you think it's empty, and then if it's a tube,
No, that's true.
you literally cut the tube and you see
You
that
see a
there's
whole-
weeks worth of
Right.
shampoo, or even if you cut
Toothpaste,
the it's ridiculous.
anything.
So I'm just concerned that I'm not getting the most bang for my buck here based on the way it's dispensed.
I think you should try the roller from Rodan and Fields.
Oh, you know anybody?
Yeah, I know a few
What do
people.
they have?
I know everybody.
What do you mean a roller?
They have this amazing roller. It's called APS, and you roll it up and down on your face. I don't have it. And then you put this little blue capsule serum all over your face.
Little blue capsule
little
serum.
Blue capsule.
You really want me to do that?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll try
All
try
over
some
my
serums.
face.
All
Okay. All right.
Apparently, it's working wonders for a lot
I've
of
heard
people.
actually that works quite well.
My mother says that does too.
Hey.
I don't believe her, but
you know.
Oh, one
Old school.
To get out of the gutter for a second.
Hey, I was dispensing.
because I have to go. I don't.
Well, you
Really,
have a
I don't
pick.
have a pick, but
So should I hit the button or not hit the button?
yeah. You can hit the button because I think that we might do something with this place.
Shift Picks.
Because we are going to be making special appearances.
Very special.
Special, not special needs appearances. Special.
Well, we
appearances.
are actually. At
We
some
are.
point.
We're
have a little
we're
treat
going to
down
divulge that information
after the holiday.
Yes, and you better all come out and see us. That's, that's
Well, we have
all.
two places. Well, yes, definitely one.
but probably
Get on the planes, trains, and automobiles to find us.
That's right. Keep up with the Shift Chicks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and anything else. Did I miss something?
Well, not for those. But I do have exciting news about the show. The show's everywhere now.
Yes.
We are everywhere.
Before my pick, tell them where we are.
Yeah. Okay. So we record on Spreaker. So if you're listening to us live, you're listening to us live on Spreaker. But once the show is up on Spreaker, it goes to Spotify, Stitcher, Mixcloud, iTunes, Audio Mac, and sort of SoundCloud because
Google Play, right?
Yeah, that's the
Google Play.
Google Play.
And soon to be maybe iHeartRadio.
I'm hoping I submitted us to iHeart. We'll see. We'll see if
So
they
we
take
are
us.
all over the
We are
place.
literally like
we are like
shit.
white
We're
on rice.
everywhere.
Yes. We are everywhere.
We're like that bad penny that just keeps turning up.
I just want to say one quick thing about the third hour of I don't know if I believe this or not. I sent you the email on it. Did you get it?
Yes, I did. Well, it's all over. It's all over the.
Yeah, I mean, do you believe this? I don't think I believe it.
You know, apparently, like yourself, when she first started, if she was on, it was because you left the television on, as opposed to
Well, she always rubbed me the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people who had a lot of bad feelings about Megyn Kelly. They really did. And now that she's gone, they're watching the third hour. My television
Up 5%, they said.
my TV is just on, to be honest with you. And so what happens is I'm in and out doing stuff, usually getting ready. It's just on, and I do still watch Kathy and Hoda. Where has Kathy Lee been? Like she's on, she's
I
off,
don't
she's
know.
on, she's off. That show, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's not gonna.
It-
So who is the actual host of the third hour now? Is it Craig
Hoda.
Melvin?
No.
No, Hoda's not on the third hour. She waits till
Since when?
Kathy Lee.
Well, when it first started, she was.
No,
it
she's
was,
not.
It was Roker, Hoder.
Hoder? No, she's not on anymore.
Bill,
no,
stop laughing at me.
It's been Roker's on and off. Craig Melvin seems to be a constant. Dylan Dreyer has been on it. Chanel Jones has come on
Oh, so
it.
they haven't found the third person
Kathy,
yet, basically.
Jenna Bush has. I'm kind of thinking it's Jenna, more of Jenna Bush.
I was hoping that Jenna would just go on with Hoda.
Well, something's going to happen with Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Well, first of all, it's like you said before a million times. It's Hoda overkill. It really is.
yeah,
it's
that's
too
why
much-
she's
too much Hoda.
That's why I think they gave her the break. The only she was with
You can't start at 7 o'clock in the morning, go off at 12 in the afternoon. Come
Even
on.
Savannah's not on that hour anymore. She's off too because she's really the news person in this group. So whenever Lester, she'll fill in for Lester. She filled in she was on par with the elections, which was interesting because remember Megyn Kelly was part of that.
Right.
And that's another thing too. She still works for NBC. Have they come up with any kind of deal yet?
Who? For who?
Megyn Kelly.
No, because they're fighting.
They're still
because
fighting, right?
She wants the $69 million, which, by the way, I checked the salaries of everybody else. They're so low. That might have been another thing that added to this throwing her under the bus.
That's not her. She's got good
No.
negotiation.
I'm not saying that's
good for
her fault. But what I'm saying is, like, Roker's like $8 million, like, nowhere near.
I'm over him too. He's
I'm over all
overkill.
of them.
But he's overkill.
But they're fighting because now they're saying she had a leg to stand on before by saying that she was going to be missed. But now that the ratings are going up, it can't justify paying her that money out. That's the problem. So.
I just, the whole thing is just, again, just more negativity. I mean, they've done an okay job of trying to revive the show. Remember, they did it so fast. They had to pull the plug so quickly that they had no real prep. So it's sort of like watching all of their mistakes in front of the TV.
Right.
So they're going to have good episodes, bad episodes. I don't know that they can afford to do that either. The ratings may be up in the beginning because people are going to see how it
they want to
plays
see
out.
what goes on, right?
But
I think they'll drop off too.
I think who's up against them at that time? I don't know. At 9,
Kelly and Ryan.
Ugh.
And
I can't. That's
I don't
even,
know what's on 2. I don't know what's on. I never watched CBS, so I couldn't tell
me
you.
neither. But I can't imagine. In my opinion, I cannot imagine.
A lot of people like that show, and I
Kelly
don't know
and Ryan?
why. I've been going to that now because that's the only go to, and I got to tell you, I can't stand either one of them. I'm sorry, guys, but I just can't.
No, I told you when we were away, they flipped it. Where were we?
Oh yeah, because they changed the time.
They
do
changed
that in a lot of
they
states.
flipped the time and the station because what happened was I would be where normally at home it would be Kelly and it would be Megyn Kelly. It was Kelly and Ryan, and then Megyn Kelly, and
they don't stay on the same channels when they're syndicated.
Yeah, I get.
They're all over.
And it was just, and I was just like, I almost had no choice because I was getting ready. I don't know the stations were different, like
Right.
whatever. So I was just like, they're hard. I just couldn't. I just didn't see the. I just didn't.
No, and there's no chemistry between the two.
That's
of
the
them
word,
at
I
all.
couldn't think of it.
Yeah, definitely not. But I don't know.
Not like us.
You need to get on the.
We're just oozing chemistry in this room.
Seriously, you need to get on the phone today with Mattel. Okay.
You want a Barbie doll?
Well, they did it for Savannah and Hoda. Why not us?
Oh, I could give you a list of reasons why not.
Well, they need to be like,
More
fair
diverse?
to everyone. Yes. Never
mind. I want to find out how we get. I'm on a mission for this People's Choice thing. I want to find out what that podcast is about.
I thought you were going to say you're on a mission to be a bobblehead. I don't know why I thought that.
That's mean.
No, you don't want a bobblehead of yourself? That's pretty cool. If you make bobblehead status, you've made it in the world.
I've been called a lot of things, Lisa. No one's ever called me a bobble.
Well, I was thinking about bobbing something else.
Bobble boobs, maybe, but not bobblehead.
Hey, listen,
There's a big difference.
as Joan
there.
Rivers said, I can get a mammogram and a pedicure at the same time.
And by the way, this is exactly why neither one of us will ever be elected to public office.
Exactly.
Because shows like this are now, because
this
now
day and
that the
age, you
show
don't
is
know.
everywhere,
Yeah.
now people really know what we're like.
No, they really don't have a clue yet.
So we should put this out for vote. We want to have a new show. We should call it. Remember, I say we should call our new show 50 Shades of Black.
50 Shades of Black.
Darkness. Shades of Darkness.
50 It could be. Who knows?
We're going right down the tanker.
But getting back to the pick for a second.
Wait.
Again, you're gonna press
wore
the
it out. It was like an
buttons.
hour
Jeez.
ago.
She wants to keep pressing those buttons.
do, when they
Go
work.
ahead if you really want to do it. I mean, does it get your what's his name? Sydney Sheldon. What's his name? Spencer working? Hit the button.
Let's see.
She's looking at me like I have 3 heads.
Shift chicks.
Shift chicks or shift
That
picks?
was the chicks.
Oh, it was? Just the
I did
chicks?
picks already.
Oh, so it's different now. Okay. Well, anyway, one of the shift chicks has been there. The other one's going, right?
Okay.
You're going to go to Levati's Old World Market
Oh, that's the name
on
of it.
Route 35 in Middletown, New Jersey. If you come to Jersey, you must go. It's it's just an Italian market. It's really like like a lot of people might say, well, what's so special
No, she's
about
talking with her hands, just so you know.
Yeah. How you
'Cause
doing?
She said Italian market, and suddenly the hand
hands start
gestures.
flying.
The hand
gestures. They have a brick oven pizza in the place. They make the mozzarella right in front of you, which a lot of places do, but they make different kinds of mozzarella. All
Any
different kinds.
buffaloes hanging out and so for buffaloes?
Yeah, buffaloes are hanging. Llamas are walking through the store. They have a really good bakery. But the take-home food, that's already made is really good. Then they have a hot bar every Sunday, where you could just load
Did you say
up.
bar?
Bar, not that
there.
kind of bar.
Oh.
But the thing that caught me in a delicious deli area, but on Sundays they have a DJ. I went at the wrong time the week before.
So you dance while you shop?
They were playing The Godfather and Frank Sinatra. Yeah, it was really, really cool. So, I talked to the DJ. I said, I think you should have those shift chicks. You ever hear of them? He said, the ones that are on Spreaker?
The ones that are on Spreaker, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher,
He knew.
Audio,
He
Mac,
knew
and
right away.
iTunes?
He's like, is there any way you can get in touch with them? I said, I can go home tonight and make a call.
I'd be one.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't even tell him that. So I said, I'm gonna see what I can do for you. So we have to go. First of all, you have to go to Levati's so that you know what it's all about.
Okay.
And then we're going to call that DJ up and say, we want to spend the day at Levati's. They're rustic. Italian bread. Oh my God, it's like straight out of Brooklyn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really,
How did
really
you
good.
find? How did, that's kind of not your neck of the woods, really. I mean, I know you are literally all over the place,
I'm all over
but
the place.
how did that happen?
I stumbled upon it.
Just like that.
I did. I stumbled upon it. I don't really do that area up there.
She doesn't do that area.
Well, usually by the time
if
I get that
if you're
far
interested
north,
in what
I'm on the
area
Parkway.
Lisa does, give me a call and I'll be happy to tell
I don't
you.
get up there. I get down there. No,
Uh-huh.
I get, usually by that time, if I'm up that far, I'm already on the Parkway. Mm-hmm. Capiche? Capiche? Okay.
See the hands again with the hands.
Hey.
Suddenly the Italians
What can
coming
I
out.
tell
What can
you?
I say here?
You know what I mean?
Well, that
So-
sounds like a road trip. That sounds like a fun road trip.
This guy on Sunday, okay, he must not have had a wife or his wife didn't want to cook for him. I don't know what the issue was, but it was obviously football Sunday. And he took this big foil, the containers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's $6.99 a pound on the hot bar food. Right. He
$800 later.
He loaded it up with rigatoni, brajol, sausage.
They have brajol.
Big,
We're there.
Big brajols.
Oh,
Big,
baby.
thick
Now you're
brajols.
talking my language. Oh.
You could put Sheldon away, whatever his name is. Spencer. What's his
Spencer.
name? Okay. These are big, thick brajols.
Sheldon.
The meatballs are the size of these.
Oh, that's a meatloaf. We'll leave
That's
that.
a meatloaf,
Listeners
not a
will leave
meatball.
that to your imagination.
Oh
where
my
that
God!
came from.
Yes, she doesn't know what I just showed. Nobody. Thank
Yes,
God there's
they
not cameras
do.
in here.
Well, yes, there is, Kim.
And he had like dinner for like 20.
Probably
I
like
don't know.
$400 later when he gets up to
He's
the-
going to watch the game with maybe he loaded up for his friends. I don't know. That would be kind of gross. He should have made individual ones, but he was eating.
Family style.
He was eating good on Sunday.
That's cool. Yes, I would definitely like to do that and we definitely have to go on a Sunday because I want to hear and see and experience. Well, with the holidays are right around the corner, and I don't know.
Yes.
I know that you personally do not. It was an interesting conversation that they were having on one of the shows about whether people really like turkey or whether it's more of do they really like it and really want to eat it, or is it?
Well, I used to
because-
love turkey.
Is it because it's just tradition and people just kind of feel like un-American somehow
I think there's
if they
nothing
don't
like a really good turkey dinner. I really do.
I think there's nothing like a good turkey sandwich the next day or later.
Exactly.
Like the
And guess
Thanksgiving
what?
sandwich. But I actually don't like turkey.
On Sunday, I had turkey meatballs.
Oh.
So I've jumped the fence. Another leap. I took another leap of faith.
Ooh, how'd you do?
Guess what? Just roll them, threw them right in the gravy. No egg, no breadcrumb.
You didn't,
Unbelievably delicious.
you didn't bake them first? You
Nope.
put them in
Just
raw?
Threw them right in the gravy. Yeah.
Raw? Mm-hmm. Raw?
Not a single
Raw?
spice. Raw. I ate
Saying it 20
I eat
times.
my bowls raw. Yes, I do.
Ooh, be careful.
They were cooked.
Well, no, they would cook. Yeah,
They were in the-
you just have
for
to
a
be,
while.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but in place of breadcrumbs, when I've been trying to find something to kind
don't
of
even
bind,
need it, though.
no, but you know what I would do is I would take chickpeas,
Yeah,
and I
you could
would
do
and
that,
I
but
would
it's get
just
mushy.
well, no, it actually well. Depending on how you want to do the balls, if
Right.
you want to put them in gravy, ultimately, but sometimes if you want to I like to bake
if you
them
just want to
first.
have them without the gravy on them.
But I like to bake them anyway first. And so when you bake them, you're going to suck out. If you don't have any kind of moisture, so
Yeah.
the chickpeas give them some moisture and it also adds more protein
Well,
to it.
I've fried them with no. Once you leave out it makes it very cakey. The egg and the breadcrumbs. It makes them harder.
Well, you can
too.
definitely do it without the egg.
Yeah.
There's no
You
question.
don't
You,
need the egg.
definitely don't need egg. And there's all kinds of breadcrumbs
You
that
can
you
get
can
plain
put in.
ones. You can just-
But I have to tell you, though,
can get gluten-free
if you're gonna
breadcrumbs now.
if you're going to do breadcrumbs, though, the best thing to do is to get a loaf of Italian bread and let
Yes,
it get hard and then
scratch it
do
away.
the. Oh my God,
Yep.
is that the best thing ever?
That totally is.
All right, so in preparation for next week, we have a decision to make.
Yes, we're going to flip a coin because Frances
Turkey legs up,
Frances
turkey legs
tells you
down.
one thing, and the next day she changes her mind.
No. We were going to take off for the holiday week
We were
because
going
we just
to.
said that we're giving Bill a break, giving our
Poor
engineer,
Bill.
we're
He
giving
needs
our
a break.
engineer a break.
His ears are burning sometimes in the studio.
And so he's like blushing on the other side of the glass here. And we were going to say, you know what, we'll just take the day off and we'll just
Mm-hmm.
hang out. And then I had this brilliant idea. Hey, we got
It's
some
homecoming
We
week.
got some equipment. The
That's
Ship
right.
Chicks have some equipment. Like,
We do.
why don't we try to do the show without the?
But we
our
thought it would be
expertise?
kind of cool because it's like the whole
Homemade.
Thanksgiving. It's like
Do it in my kitchen.
a homemade show.
Yeah, we'll
The
do it
chicks are doing it homemade this week.
Yeah,
You know,
all right.
It was kind of cool.
All right, so if you dare, and if you need a good laugh, and if you don't mind you never know. Maybe there won't be any missteps. Listen,
think
I
there
once
will be.
left that whole bag of thing in the turkey and cooked the whole turkey.
Oh, you did not
Took
do
it-
that.
Swear.
Oh my God!
Not only
you,
did that-
you didn't clean the turkey. You have to rinse that out. You have to rinse the cavity out. Let the water run in there for a long time. What's wrong with you? Didn't clean the turkey out?
I thought I did. I stuffed it. I think I just kept it in
You
there.
stuffed it with. Oh my God!
I baked the bag and everything. It cooked.
That means you
inside.
didn't clean the turkey.
Apparently not well enough. Well, no, that was in the back end. I didn't do the back end. I
Yeah,
only
well,
did the
but you-
front.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Let me just say this, okay? I am not a fan of turkey. I like
You're
I
not.
like it. I like
Then why
the
don't you
turkey
just get turkey
sandwich.
breast?
Well, now I do. I don't know what we're doing yet. I haven't decided yet. Well, maybe we'll cook on Tuesday while we're doing the show.
Be fun.
Now that would be an interesting show.
well, I know I'm coming with a pumpkin pie and some almond Ready Whip, so you better be careful. I don't do it.
I
have
heard
to
your,
bring
your
almond.
stories of you and Ready Whip are legendary.
Please,
And
they
that's
go on
also,
for days.
That's another reason why we can't elect you to public office because
No.
those stories
Those
would
whipped cream
surface.
stories would come back out for sure.
Yes, dairy. She's a non-dairy.
I think we should go for it.
She's a non-dairy doer.
I'm a non-dairy girl.
All right. Well, for those of us or those of you who aren't going to be able to hear the show, we wish you a very happy,
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Please find it in your hearts this year, especially. You know, this Hobby Lobby commercial that makes me cry with
Yes,
the kid
you posted
and
that.
whatever. They trademarked the saying "Christmas is what you make it." So let's make it about.
Absolutely.
Let's make it about other people this year. Really, let's take the focus from ourselves. Let's put it. There are so many people grieving. There are so many
Right.
people who have lost. Be thankful for those around you.
Be very thankful.
and,
And
and what you have is as small as it might be.
Yep.
Try to share some of it.
And show your gratitude on Thanksgiving Day because it's all about gratitude.
It really is.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Go out there
And
make
make
shift
shift
happen.
happen.
Thanks for listening, Shifters. Join us again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. as we spotlight the latest in exclusive restaurants, shopping, fashion, nightlife, entertainment, and the people who make Shift happen.